Howdy do. I am coming to you today from McClellan Ranch in Curpertino, California. And this is a really special place here for me because I actually came here as a kid a lot. And a lot with Girl Scouts and sometimes like a science field trip with elementary school, that kind of thing. But then my dad and I have done bird monitoring here throughout this park. And it's just a really beautiful spot. So I thought, while I'm here today, I'll share with you and maybe we can just kind of do a walk and talk. So over here behind me is beehives. And I thought I could take you over here. There's a beautiful community garden. And this was not here when I was a kid, but the barn certainly was. So there's some farm stuff over here too. The 4-H club meets here and keeps the animals here. I think there's some chickens over here. Llamas, goats. It's a really neat place. So it's a fun place to come and go for a hike because there's always something happy around to see. Okay, let's check out and see if the chickens are awake. Hi guys. Good morning. Hello, Mama. Where did you come from? How pretty you are. Oh. Every once in a while, the park is closed because there's mountain lions lounging in the tree or something like that. So they just shut it down and let them be, which is a good thing. So, what have you been up to lately? So let me take you down one of my favorite little trails here. This is the Creek Trail at McClellan Ranch. Got some little berries growing. This is a nice little reminder that we want our day to be filled with good juju and juicy goodness, bountiful. Thank you for that little reminder. Beautiful little berries. I do not know what kind of berries they are. I like to always come down here. I don't know what used to be here, but obviously some sort of a pumping station maybe or something. I like to just take this little trail down here to check out the water level, which is severely low. Hi-yi-yi, like right now I'm walking in the creek bed. This is Stevens Creek. So low. It's nice to see a little bit of moving water. I've always loved this tree. Check out that trunk. So there's the roots. They're still rooted. Not super sure what happened or how it happened. It's kind of grown sideways and adapted and has grown strong under unusual circumstances. It's not so pretty. So I always stop and say hello to that tree. How cool was that? Mama and her baby, another little reminder. It's like nature has its own language and, you know, its own timing. I love that. So sometimes when I'm out here, I just try to tune out the rest of the world and be open to whatever messages might come my way. Check out this nice little meadow behind me. Isn't that pretty? I love this little spot. Anyway, nature's good medicine. It helps keep us balanced. That's my theory anyway. For me, what do I have going on? Well, I'm going to go see my parents right after this. I just launched a new course all about your parasympathetic nervous system and painting. So it's a good one. I'm working on another course that's all about design and balance, having a nice rich anchor in terms of design, and then also a nice light, airy essence as well, and bringing those two design elements together as we create. So this next course is going to be done in a sketchbook. So yeah, it's a good one. So I'm working on that right now, which is super fun. I'm getting ready to head up to Joseph, Oregon for a retreat that I'm doing some work at, and I also get to enjoy the retreat, which is fabulous. So I'm going to be going on kind of a little road trip on my own, and then I'll be going to the Sierra Mountains, doing some crystal hunting, and then my son's getting married. So exciting times. I love this part of the trail. Take a look at this. I sometimes like to paint down, see where all these green plants are? That's actually the creek. So those are some kind of a water plant. But down here, usually when the creek is running through, it's a nice little spot to do some plein air painting. So it's one of my outdoor painting spots. Like I said, my dad and I used to do some bird monitoring here, so we go to all these different bird boxes throughout the park. You have to know where they are. For example, here's box 9C. And we would open it up, see what's going on, monitor it. We do it every 2 weeks. See how the babies are doing, see how many made it. It's just, it was a really neat process. But I now see these little bird boxes all over the place, and I'm reminded of that fun time with my dad. In your community, I'm sure the Audubon Society is looking for bird monitors. So if you want to get out and add a little bit of something to your adventure, a lot of times bird monitoring can be a really fun thing to do. When I come across feathers on the path, I am so thankful because I consider them gifts from Spirit, gifts from God, gifts from the universe. So when I get these gifts, I just take a moment and say thank you, give some gratitude, and then I tuck it into my hair. And when I get home, I have a special basket. So that's the end of the creek trail. I like that little trail because it's a little bit more secluded. And now we get out here, there's this nice little trail that links McClellan Ranch to Blackberry Farm. So we were talking about, nature and it being its own kind of language, universal language, kind of like music, right? People who might speak two different languages, linguistically, they can still communicate via music, right? And it's the same thing with nature. It doesn't matter what tongue you speak, it is universal. So pay attention to the elements and the wind, and pay attention to the moment that those sunbeams break through the clouds. What was going on in your head at that time? Just pay attention, and often you'll be granted information. Sometimes you get a piece of the puzzle put in place mentally or spiritually. So now we are at Blackberry Farm. And this is a nice little area. This bridge goes over to a neighborhood. And there's a playground. And beyond that is a little community swimming pool. And beyond that is a golf course. And then some more park. But I guess I'm feeling somewhat inclined to share today this park because it's a place where really anybody can come. If you are in a wheelchair or if you are jogging, from one spectrum to the other physically, this is still a place where you can visit and get a nice good dose of Mother Nature. So I encourage you today to pay attention to what pops up. How are you feeling in that moment? So pay attention to those things because that's part of that universal language, and we can learn a lot about ourselves, and we can bring balance into our lives mentally and physically and spiritually if we just sometimes pay attention. Thank you for walking with me today. I hope that the rest of your day is fabulous. May you walk in beauty, and remember, pay attention to Mama Nature. I'll talk to you soon. Namaste.